Hey guys, good morning and thanks for joining. So in the last class, we discussed about backdoor and also we discussed about Trojan, botnet and ransomware. So from there we will continue. So we are discussing about malware category of the attacks. So next attack is about spyware. So in general, spy is nothing but secret agent. So now what attacker will do? Attacker will create one of the malicious spyware and he will inject into targeted machine and secretly he will monitor everything whatever end user is doing, and whenever any vulnerability he will identify, that is a part of the exploitation as per cyberrkcybertechnology process, then he will inject that particular malware into the end user machine related to spyware. Then finally, as per cyberrkcybertechnology process, he will gain the unauthorized access or sensitive data exposure. So that is called spyware. So secretly he will take about your username and passwords and also credit card or debit card or any other confidential data related to PII, in the similar way PHI related data. So all these are very confidential and also very privacy of the end user related data. So according to these particular data, he can get the unauthorized access or sensitive data exposure. So that is called spyware. So how we can define this one? It is a malicious software program code or malware. Attacker will inject into end user machine and secretly he will monitor after system getting compromised based on cyber process, so that he will gain unauthorized access or data exfiltration or sensitive data exposure. So that is called spyware. So it's a malware. Obviously, if you want to mitigate this one, same as it is, we have to use mitigations. So we have to use antivirus and EDR. In the similar way, XDR also we have to implement. Second one is anti-malware tools. All third one, malware analysis tools. In the networking level, we have to implement an extension firewall. Okay, so these are the couple of things we have to implement to take care of this spyware identification part. Okay, so that is about spyware. So here everything he will monitor secretly, and so based on once vulnerability identify, he will gain the unauthorized access and he will try to get compromising of the system, and finally he will gain the data exfiltration techniques or sensitive data exposure. So that is called spyware. So in the similar way, we have one more same as it is almost equals to that attack is called as keyloggers or key logging or keystroking. So it is also once again, it's a malicious software program code. So attacker, once again, he will inject into end user machine whatever keys we are entering in the laptop. So those keys are like A, B, C, D, E, F, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, and so on. So those keys, whatever we are entering, he will capture that keys so that he will gain the any confidential data we are entering. For example, maybe I'm opening HDFC Bank, or maybe I'm opening one of the RDP server access, or maybe I'm opening any other application. So all those credential data and also any banking related data or any PA data, if it is enterprise level, wherever or whatever tools we are using related to endpoint or network or cloud based on our cyber security, it is also applicable to other teams or other stakeholders as well. All those keys can be captured using this particular keylogger software. It's a malicious software. So once he is captured out, what is meant by that one? So directly gain the unauthorized access to confidential data of the keys, whatever we are entering. That may belongs to PIA data, that may belongs to our enterprise level, any servers related data or databases or application related data. So in such a way, he can gain the unauthorized access. So that is called keyloggers. What is meant by key here? Nothing but our laptop keys or mobile keys. What keys we are entering at the time of the any system if you want to log in, or any banking credentials if you want to give, any other wherever confidential data is required, all those keys can be captured by using this particular keylogger software or key logging or keystroking. So how we can define this one? It is a malware or malicious software program code. Attacker will inject into targeted machine or end user machine, and based on cyber kill chain process, he will gain keys capturing related to GDPR, nothing but PII compliances, in the similar PHI related compliances, and any other confidential data of the end user. So that is called keyloggers or key logging. Sorry. So then how we can mitigate this one? Same as it is. Whenever attacker tries to want to install this particular software, we have to make sure that so we should implement antivirus EDR, and once he will identify even the vulnerability based on the behavioral pattern or real-time monitoring or suspicious activity monitoring part, at least maybe it will not detect or block. It has to identify alert notification so that we can go and we can do the analysis. So is there any keylogging software attacker is trying to install? That is the reason most of the companies what they will do, whenever if you want to install any, that may be fileless oriented malware or file oriented malware or any software into the any end user machine side, compulsory we have to take the approval part. Without approval we should not install any software. So why we have to do that one? So it is like a protocols or rules and regulations. We can avoid all these malicious category of the attacks or activities or actions by the end user, because end user does not aware what is malicious content or non-malicious content. So always we should install this particular software via admin level access only. Whoever has the access in the enterprise level of the organization, obviously they have the user access only. So how to mitigate this one? Now mitigations. So first thing, same thing, antivirus or EDR or XDR tools we have to implement. So why I'm not keeping NDR and also MDR and NDR? NDR is network detection response. MDR is managed detection response. So on the network level, something it is happening. So anyway, I'm keeping next generation firewall here. It will take care of the data to transit level of the malware category of the prevention, identification, blocking as well. So MDR, other hand, it's like a managed detection, managed, sorry, managed detection response. It is like almost equals to SIM tool or SOC operation site. So, but additionally, it will take care of the automated response that is called AIR, automatic incident response. Sorry, anti-malware. Third one, next generation firewall. Fourth one, malware analysis tools. So that is about key logging or key stroking or key loggers. Next one, we have mimikatch. So what is this mimikatch? This mimikatch is applicable. It's one of the favorite interview question, guys. Mimikatch is a password cracking tool. So it's applicable to only Windows operating system. Most of the companies favorite interview question as well. So it's a malicious software program code. Attacker will inject this malicious software program code as a mimic edge into end user machine, and he will capture our passwords. Keyloggers or any confidential data can be captured by keyloggers or keylogging, but mimic edge is most of the case it's a password cracking tool. So we have other tools also there as per Kali Linux. Those tools are the John the Ripper, okay, and also the password cracking tool. So these are the very famous tools are available. It is almost equals to mimic edge only. So it is applicable to dedicated to Windows operating system, that to Windows 9, 10, and 11. Okay, so what is this mimic edge? It's a mimic edge is a malicious software program code. Attacker will try to inject that particular software into end user machine. Then he will capture all of our confidential data of the passwords and also usernames. That is called mimic edge. So it is a malware. Attacker will insert or inject into targeted machine. He will capture all the usernames and passwords so that he will gain unauthorized access or confidential data exposure. So that is mimic edge. So if we want to mitigate this one, obviously we have to implement same as it is. We have to implement antivirus and the EDR, and we have to define the couple of policies like threat prevention, app control, web control, ransomware prevention policy, peripheral control or device control policy, HADS, HAPS, inbuilt capability, file integrity monitoring, inbuilt capability, data loss or data leak prevention, inbuilt capability, update management. So these are all the different types of policies we have to configure in the EDR tool. Okay. So far we are discussing about network related virus or malware category of the attacks. In this similar way, we are discussing about OS oriented malware category of the ingestion, how it will happen and how we can prevent. We did not touch on the application oriented malware. So till today, so I will explain about that one also in the end of this session. Okay. So for application oriented malware, we have Symantec, we have Trend Micro, we have McAfee, we have Varito. It's one of the very famous tool. Application side, whenever we are uploading any file in the OneDrive or Google Drive, in the OS side, once the file is downloading, our EDR agent has a capability. It can identify is there matching existing database signature or behavior or pattern or in the past this type of particular activity it is happened already. It can verify those things, and according to that one, EDR can do actions related to either quarantine or allow or block or maybe so save or clean the files. But on the application side, malware is a completely different. Most of the EDR tools will not support that application oriented malware related scanning mechanisms. Okay, so we can discuss about that one also. It's a tool. Yeah, basically it's a malware. Both are similar. Next one is adware. Under the adware, I will keep one more thing as well. PUP, potentially unwanted program. So adware and also potentially unwanted program, both are almost equals. So it's like an advertisement software. Couple of times in our WhatsApp groups, we will see like, so please forward this particular link to other people so that you will receive one of the good news. Please forward this particular message to some other people so that you will receive iPhone. So in such you will get the messages. So there are two ways they are sending this particular thing. One is for the product advertisement purpose. Second one is mainly for the so illegal activity or illegal actions. So many times we'll see. So please forward this message to 10 members. You will receive the good news. Did you receive any time good news? And please forward this message to so many members. You will receive iPhone. So this is the way how that particular malicious or social engineering based attacks are happening. So via any social networking related groups like WhatsApp or Facebook or maybe Instagram and so on. So what is this potentially unwanted program? It is not a wanted program. It is like unwanted program. Attacker will create malicious content. So how this will happen? For example, today I am watching one of the uh, newspaper related to the Hindu newspaper. So continuously I'm watching for 10 days. Even though next day I'm watching any YouTube content or any other website, automatically based on my action and based on my behavior and based on my activity, so automatically the Hindu newspaper related advertisements it will appear. So here attacker what he will try to do, he will try to do URL manipulations, URL redirections. So wherever malicious content is existing, sometimes without knowing our knowledge also, these URLs automatically click and it will redirect to some other websites. Once these websites are going to some other websites, that meaning what? So obviously it's a malicious content. It's happened to our end user systems as well. So that is the reason, be careful. Don't accept always cookies. And also please be careful whenever you are trying to download any softwares or any files from the always legalized or authorized websites only. And also even whenever if you want to make any retail payment, that may be Amazon or so Flipkart or retail or Walmart or Tesco stores limited and so on, please be careful. So and so according to that one, you can make a third party payment gateway and you can see whether it is HTTP or HTTPS. Otherwise you can lose your payment as well. Okay, so that is about adware. Adware is nothing but advertisement software. So what is this advertisement software? So obviously whoever is developing any application, that application they will any application or any product or any mobile oriented application, any SaaS based application they will develop and they will try to expose that particular application via different communication channels. As I said, maybe through WhatsApp or maybe through Facebook or maybe through Instagram, maybe through Twitter and so on. So please don't click on all those malicious URL links or malicious malware attachment. Otherwise, you will get in trouble in case if you don't have the sufficient end user controls related to antivirus or EDR or XDR. In the similar way, next generation EDR and also next generation firewalls and proxy and IDS IPS capability. So how we can define this one now? So adware full form is advertisement software. Attacker will create malicious scripts or URLs and he will insert or inject based on the end user activity or actions, so that whenever end user is clicking on those URLs or malicious programs or attachment, if you don't have sufficient end user controls or endpoint security controls, based on cyber killing process, systems will get compromised and the attacker will gain unauthorized access. Adware examples are PUPs, potentially unwanted programs. It will regularly appear in our websites. And also we can say pop-ups. So notifications basically. So based on our activity in mobile also, whenever you are watching regularly couple of things related to Instagram or any other news oriented or YouTube oriented or Instagram oriented. So please disable all those. Okay, so pop-ups oriented, so URL links. So couple of times what will happen, unknowingly or unintentionally will click on that one, and automatically it will redirect to some other websites. So that is the reason always we can disable mode, and don't like continue mode or allow mode or maybe accept the cookies mode. So otherwise even your mobiles also, more chances are there to try to get compromised. So that is about adware. And mitigation same as it is. We have to implement all these solutions like antivirus and EDR and XDR, and also anti-malware and next generation firewall, and also malware analysis tools. So next one is zero-day attack. What is zero day attack? It is a basically, it's not malware category of the attack, but I am putting under the malware category. So it is like a miscellaneous category or maybe unknown category of the attack. So it's a dangerous attack, guys, as compared to all other attacks. So zero day, what is zero day meaning here? So whatever third party software we are using, or maybe we are using open source or commercial third party software, library or package in our operating system, in our server, in our database, and most importantly, application development, product development, mobile development, OT and IoT or IIoT development side, we can use so many third party softwares. So what is this zero day meaning here? There is no patches available directly from the vendor itself. So that is called zero day. So that how we can define, it's undocumented library. So there is no beta version, there is no general availability version is available from the vendor itself. Then how we can patch it? It's impossible. So from vendor itself, there is no patch update is available. How we can fix from our side? So undocumented library or undocumented patch from vendor. So whatever patch is not existing, that particular attack is called as a zero day. There are several types of zero day attacks were there in the news, and also a lot of money also lost by a lot of customers because of this particular zero day attack. Okay, so how we can define this one? As I said, it's not a malware category, but I'm putting under the malware. It's like a miscellaneous category, I can say. It is undocumented library or package or third party software version is not available from the vendor. So that is zero day. So what attacker will do now, whatever this undocumented library package is available, he will try to identify, is there any vulnerability or loophole or issue or problem is existing on that particular version of the third party software. So then he can see, is there any attack exploitation is possible? Is there any attack installation is possible? Then he will try to compromise those illegitimate activity or illegal activity or unauthorized activity to that particular latest version of the software as well. So finally, what he will try to do, he will try to compromise the respective end user machine or maybe host machine or maybe any server or any database. Every server or every database or every application development or product development or mobile development or cryptocurrency or blockchain, OT or IoT or machine learning capability, people, they will use a lot of third party softwares. When I was working in X company related to public safety, we used to use more than 400 third party softwares for product development. That is related to public safety. It's like a walkie talkie kind of thing, not exactly walkie talkie. It's almost equals to walkie talkie. Whoever is using like a traffic police officers, so police officers, navy officers, army officers, so healthcare department, or retail department. So it's almost equals to that particular product we are developing, competitor to particular my company, Samsung and also Nokia. Okay, so now whenever we are developing these softwares, so every product development or application development, mobile development, even including Docker container or any server, it contains so many libraries and packages. So for example, take Apache Tomcat. It's a web server, log4j, Node.js, React.js, AngularJS, Python, OpenSSL, OpenSSH. In the similar Perl, PowerShell. There are so many. So in such a way, there are so many third-party libraries and packages we can use. What attacker will do, whatever latest version of these particular third-party software, that may be open source or commercial. So there are two different types of third-party softwares or libraries or packages. One is open source and second is commercial. What is open source? It's a freely available. We can go and we can download from the GitHub or maybe Jenkins or directly from the vendor website itself. So that is so open source. What is commercial? We have to pay money and we have to purchase from the vendor. That is called commercial. Now, example 2019, December 21st, not 2019, sorry, 2021, December 19th. So one of the devastating cyber security attack it's happened that is belongs to log4j. So because of this log4j logging, log4j mainly for it's a logging oriented protocol or software or third party software. So what attacker has done, so log4j version from log4j 1.0 to 1.6, I think, in between these two. So every patch or every software development log4j vendor is developed, they identified one of the critical bug or critical vulnerability, and also finally whoever using log4j in their environment related to application development, product development, mobile development, even in the case of the servers as well and database also, using Java based database query and also using LDAP query, attacker is injected into the respective third party vulnerability, and finally he came into the organization and whatever logging it's happened, and finally he compromised so many products, so many applications, so many servers, so many databases. So it is still today, it's one of the very dangerous attack. It's happened in 2021, December 19th. So now log4j part of the Apache Tomcat, when they released the respective patch, December 21st, how many days gaps are there? December 19th attack it's happened. December 21st only they released the patch. How many days gaps are there? 2 days gaps are there. In these 2 days, almost all over the worldwide, so many customers, so many clients, so many companies are got compromised, including my company as well. Okay, so we paid X amount of money. I will not disclose all those. So that is the way how this particular attack it's happened. So basically, it's not my mistake or your mistake or some other company mistake or customer company mistake. So basically, whoever is developing the so either third party software without doing the proper testing and development part of the SDLC life cycle, software development life cycle, starting with requirement phase, design phase, development phase, and testing phase. If they will do releasing to general availability or production or maybe public without proper testing, without proper penetration testing or security testing or functional feature testing, obviously this type of instances will happen. So that is the reason always part of SDLC life cycle, we have to make sure that not only functional feature testing, whatever Selenium testing people are doing, or Java people are doing, or Java script people are doing, or HTML people are doing, along with that one, even we have to make sure that testing should be completed. That particular testing, we can call it as a security testing or vulnerability assessment or penetration testing. That may be using black box or gray box or white box, using manual or automated way of the penetration testing part. Once security people will sign off, then only we have to so release to the public. This is what every company has must implement the protocols or rules and regulations whenever they want to release any product. Same thing it's happened in the 2 weeks back. CrowdStrike sensor, Falcon sensor agent. So Microsoft along with CrowdStrike, they are partnered. And so Microsoft by default, whatever operating system they are developing, they are partnered already with CrowdStrike Falcon sensor agent. It's an EDR solution. So EDR agent, whatever they are trying to install, without completing the proper security testing, they release to the public. Because of that reason, this is the global outage. It's happened all over the worldwide. But CrowdStrike CEO said that, so we are not responsible. It's not from my mistake. It's a Microsoft mistake. What Microsoft has concluded that it's a Microsoft concluded that it's not from our side mistake. This particular issue was identified on the CrowdStrike Falcon sensor agent. Finally, what is the resolution? We got it. It's a Falcon sensor agent issue only. This is what it's happened because of that one global. So in the history wise, largest global outage happened 2 weeks back. So many aeroplanes, healthcare industry, pharma based companies, and also finance based companies. And so even our shares also completely went down because of this global outage. This is what will happen whenever if you don't do proper testing related to any software as a service or product development or application development or mobile development in the SDLC life cycle. So that is the rarest skill right now. It is available in the market. Very, very limited people also there. And every company has to make sure that in each and every software development life cycle, they have to make sure that they have to implement security controls and also security professionals or security research they have to recruit so that we can eliminate these are all the availability issues going forward. Okay, so now there are several attacks happened from 1 year to till today or 2 years to till today. Those are the very famous zero-day attacks are, as I said, log4j, famous zero-day attacks, log4j, SolarWinds. SolarWinds, one of the NOC monitoring tool. It's a network operations center. Already I said what is the difference between NOC versus SOC. So NOC is a network operations center. They will take care of the NPM, APM, and SPM. Network performance monitoring, application performance monitoring, server performance monitoring. So in the SolarWinds, one of the solution, along with we do have other solution like Netscope and also Fluke Networks, Riverbird, WhatsApp Gold, PRTZ. There are so many solutions are available. SolarWinds, whatever product they release to the public, in the product itself, nothing but product is nothing but tool here. So without proper testing by security team, so they have done the normal functional testing or feature testing related to product development, and finally they release to the public. What attacker has done, whatever weakness he identified, he tried to exploit it, and whoever using SolarWinds tool across the worldwide related NOC, SolarWinds is one of the very, very famous tool related to NOC operations. Almost all the customers are got compromised. So that is about SolarWinds. Next one is Supply chain attack. So supply chain attack basically mainly wherever the messages oriented things we are transferring from X to Y location or source to destinations. For example, Mars. For example, we have FedEx. In the similar way, DTDC Courier, all those will fall under the supply chain based companies. So these companies also, not only that one, there are so many other companies as well. So those companies also, whatever application they are using, I forgot the application name, that application is got compromised by the attacker part of the 0 day. Okay. So in the similar way, on the Microsoft OS also, remote code execution, that is called RCE, remote code execution. This particular attack will be there almost in the entire 365 days. At least it will occur maybe 10 to 15 times per year. So whatever Microsoft is releasing the operating system, they don't do proper testing part of the functional or feature or security testing, and they will release to the public, and the attacker will identify the loophole or bug or issues, whatever it is identified. Okay, so that is about Microsoft OS RC based. In the similar way, most recent one is CrowdStrike, Falcon. Sorry guys, apologies. Network issues from my side through internet based. So whenever vulnerabilities are there in the news, as a security consultant or security analyst, what we have to do from our side. Okay, so now I will explain about what we have to do. Whenever any 0 day vulnerability is there in the news or communication channel or newspapers or any other third party websites, what exactly we have to take? 0 day vulnerability, it will be there in the news. First and foremost, as a security consultant or security analyst or security engineer, what we have to do? Security roles and responsibility. Sorry guys, internet is fluctuating here and there. I'm using multiple SSIDs to connect to resolve this issue. Yeah, security roles and responsibilities at the time of 0 day vulnerability. What we have to do from our side? So first and foremost, you can run the vulnerability scanning that may be related to application scanning or maybe vulnerability scanning related to OS side. First, you can identify that 0 day is a part of the application development or product development or mobile development. It's application development. You can use couple of tools, whatever you are using in your organization. If it is OS oriented, then you can do the vulnerability scanning. So a security analyst has to run vulnerability scannings against OS or endpoint or database or application side. Why we have to run this one? We can go and we can ask directly server team or database team, application development team, product development team, and so on. But problem here is they will not give you the proper idea whether really they are using third-party software that may be open source or commercial. It's better to run from our side. Really, whatever zero-day third-party software is there in the news, whether we are using in our organization or not, by running the vulnerability scanning part or network scanning or application scanning. There is no need to depending on any other internal stakeholders. So that is the first step we have to do. So now there are two things here probability wise. One is, yes, we are using the zero-day vulnerability third-party software. It is there in the news. And what is second probability? There is no third-party software or zero-day vulnerability. It was there in the news. There are two probabilities here. So first option one, in case if zero-day vulnerability software we are using in our organization, what we have to do? What we have to do? Anyone? Can you guess it? There is no package is available. There is no patch is available from the vendor itself. What will you do? Anyone?
Disconnecting.
Disconnecting. How can we continue our business operation? Example, you are a part of Amazon. Amazon using log4j or Amazon using maybe Node.js or React.js. If you are disconnecting that application or web server, how much money business lost to Amazon retail company?
Then we will
What
use the backup.
particular
Backup. Backup also contains the same third-party software.
Regular patch updates.
No, patch is not available. That's what I said, right? Zero is nothing but undocumented library and package. Patch is not available from the vendor itself.
will watch that particular software into I will put that particular software into watch list.
Software into, sorry?
Watch list. Watch list.
No. We have to minimize or reduce attack vector, and attack complexity should not compromise our organization. In this scenario, it's a very complicated, I know. It's a very complicated and complex one as well. That is the reason whenever any zero-day attacks were there in the news, what we have to do. So as I said yesterday evening also, we should identify business IPs and business domains. With that business IPs, with that business domains only, we have to allow the traffic into our internal organization. Whenever non-business IPs or non-business domains, they are sending the traffic to us, completely we have to block it. So that is the first thing we have to do. So first thing is identify wherever it is possible. Identify the business IPs and business domains from our organization with whom we are doing business. Allow those IPs or domains or URLs wherever it is possible. Wherever it is possible means what? In the perimeter side, like web application firewall, next generation firewall, proxy, and also network IDS and network IPS. So that is the first thing we have to do. So next thing is, even though we did not identify properly what is our business IPs and also business domains. So we did not get proper information. Now we have orange, yellow, green. So or otherwise orange, green, green, orange and red. So otherwise we can say trust, DMZ and untouched zones. With the color coding also we can say, otherwise we can say in the normal way of our Cisco provided terminology, trust, DMZ or DMZ. Up to perimeter DMZ side, SSL offloading it's happening by load balancer. We have to make sure that only public IP traffic should be allowed. Inside of our DMZ2, our trust zone, only node to node communication or server to server communication or peer to peer communication, it should be accessed via only private IP address range. And whenever public IPs it is entering, automatically it has to block by implementing IP tables concept in the Linux server, in the similar way Windows servers as well, so that we are completely blocking our traffic whenever any attacker is trying to do from the public or malicious IPs from the external world. Okay, so second thing is, inside our trust zone, node to node communication or peer to peer communication allow only private IP traffic communication by implementing IP tables concept. IP tables is one of the concept we can configure under the Unix, and we have to allow only, so whenever the zero rates happen, only we have to accept private IP range. So that is the second thing. So this is like a temporary fix we have to implement. So till the vendor is releasing the patch, it's like a temporary fix. Now what is mean a permanent fix now? What is permanent fix now? How frequently we can do that, we can discuss part of vulnerability management. So basically vulnerability scanning will do, it depends on the organization to organization. Monthly once it's a better, but couple of companies will do quarterly as well. So permanent fix here is vendor will release the patch. That is what I said, log4j. So log4j attack, it's happened from 0.02, whoever using version log4j up to 1.2, almost all the customers are got compromised. This particular attack, it's happened on December 19th, 2021. But when the vendor is released the patch, December 21st, 2021, how many days gaps are there here? 2 days gaps. So in this 2 days gap, we should take care of the temporary fix. Whatever I said, we have to implement this one. Now, once the vendor is releasing the patch now, so now we have to go on testing in our testing environment. So is compatibility is okay, performance is okay. So then we can go and we can fix it. So third one, after vendor is releasing the patch, please make sure that testing the patch in testing environment and implement in prod or production environment by raising change request. So this is like a permanent fix now. So patch is nothing but here version number they increased 1.7, log4j 1.7. Once again log4j 1.7 also DOS and DDoS category of the attack was identified by the attackers now. Immediately on December 22nd, they released one more patch, that is log4j 2.0 immediately. So this is what we have to do whenever any zero-day attack will be there in the news. As a security person, first and foremost, please verify business impact analysis and risk assessment by running the vulnerability scanning related to OS or database or network or endpoint or application side. For that one, we have used couple of tools. If it's application side, we can use so Blockdog or White Source or Sneak. If it is OS side, we can use Nessus or Qualys or Tripwire or Rapid7 or Nexpose. In the network side, once again, Nessus or Qualys or Rapid7. In the cloud side, Twistlock or any other, once again, Nessus and Qualys. Then we can run this scan and you can identify, is there any impact, whatever 0-day is there in the news to our organization. In case if it is not there, we are not using any 0-day third-party software in our organization, we are well and good and there is no business impact and there is no availability issue and there is no financial issues will be occurred. But in case we are using some of the softwares in our organization, whatever third-party software it is there already in the news, obviously we are going to impact. What impact you have to evaluate, you have to validate, and according to that one, you have to take the appropriate actions by doing all these. That is about overall zero-day attack. In-depth analysis, we can discuss part of our application security under SDLC lifecycle and also part of vulnerability management under server scanning part or end user system scanning. So that is about overall zero-day. Next attack, privilege escalation. So what is this privilege escalation basically? So privilege escalation, in the name itself, we know the answer also. Privilege. Privilege is nothing but access. Access escalation or grants. Privilege also called as granting. Granting escalation. So what is the access escalation we do have? Every system contains couple of accounts. Those accounts are user account, service account. In case if it is Linux, we have sudo account and also root account and admin account and so on, super admin account as well. So these are the different types of attacks or accounts will be there based on the role wise. Now what attacker will do? Attacker initially he will inject malicious software program code into user level. From there he will run the couple of malicious scripts. Then he can gain the unauthorized access related to admin control. This is possible to not only on the OS or endpoint or database or server side. This is applicable to even application side as well. That is called broken access control or broken authentication control as per WASP top 10. Okay, so broken access control in the application side, we can call it a privilege escalation. Every application development or product development or mobile development, so they have the different types of the role-based access control, starting with requirement and also design, development, and also once again testing phase. They have multiple sub accounts like CS testing, MS testing, in the similar user accept testing. If everything is successful, then only they will release to general availability or public based. What attacker will do now? So he will try to get the user access. For example, Facebook. Everyone, whoever has the access to Facebook all over the worldwide, except Facebook development team, testing team, and also software architect teams, has user access only. You, me, and every public has a user access only. What attacker will do? Attacker will try to do So user level of the access, from there he can use the URL manipulations or URL redirection or parameters query manipulations or token based issues or maybe escalation things, and he will make access control will be so low to high. That low to high is called as a privilege escalation, getting the level of the access from lower level to higher level access, we can call it as privilege escalation. So if it is application side, directly he can use voice top 10. If the end user side, he can use by injecting the malware into the end user machine. So how we can define this one now? Attacker will inject malware into end user machine. He will gain initial access once exploitation identified, and from there he will gain higher level access as a grant or permission is called as privilege escalation. So this is on OS side only. As I said, this is applicable to even application side as well. Application side, we can call it as a broken access control. Then how to mitigate on the OS side, because we are discussing about malware. So once we are going to application side, there I will explain about once again broken access control on application side. Mitigation or remediation or prevention. So we have to implement obviously antivirus and EDR and XDR, and also we have to implement anti-malware tools and also malware analysis tools. Next one is next generation firewalls. So that is about, okay, so privilege escalation. So now even it's better to implement role-based access control also, that is called RBAC. According to what is the role he is doing for his organization. So example, take one of the database that may be GridGain or Couchbase from Oracle. So or Oracle. Now we should not give the same access to every employee. Whoever has the whatever access. Whenever I was working in an X company, I have read-only access to database related to GridGain and Couchbase and also Cassandra, even PostgreSQL database. I can view only, but I can't edit or modify or delete or update something from Postgres site. And whoever is configuring the database queries using structured query language or SQL based. So they do have, so everything like update or modify or deleting or content related data as well. So according to the whoever need the access, according to that one, we can give the segregating of the duties or else role what is performs to want access to the respective any other endpoint or database or application or server or cloud instance as well. So that is called role-based access control. So that's all for today morning, guys. And today evening, I will complete malware category. Then I can start authentication failure category. Okay. And so are you ready for tomorrow mock interviews? Are you ready for tomorrow mock interviews? Till today, whatever I'm going to complete, all those questions I can ask. It's a Zoom based. Hello. I don't know. I can schedule it and I can post in the WhatsApp whether you want to join or not, completely your wish. So I will, okay, so whoever is available part of in the WhatsApp group, I can make approximate 10 minutes. Then I can share that calendar request to you guys. and please join and please prepare today evening whatever attacks we are going to complete. Till today, whatever we are going to complete, I will ask from networking concept till date. Not only that one, even we discussed about so many definitions. All those definitions also I can ask. So tomorrow I can start after second half basically. First I have a lot of commitments. Second half I can work on all these mock interviews. And tomorrow
Sir,
morning,
sir, one request from my side, is it possible on Sunday so that we have
yeah,
1 day?
no, it's not. See, for me, it's not possible to complete all the mock interviews one day. Obviously, I have to take 2 days. So couple of people I will take tomorrow and couple of people I will take Sunday.
Yeah, because due to some uneven things, I'm not supposed to. I'm listening the class, but I'm unable to prepare the things. Just at least you give me 1 day, Saturday, then Sunday, I'll be ready for that.
Okay, sure.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Your name is Sandeep or Sudhir?
Yeah. Yeah, my name is Sudhir, sir. Sudhir.
Okay,
That's
done,
Sudhir.
Sudhir. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Bye. Bye.
Okay, guys, then see you evening at 7 p.m. IST and I will complete malware category. Then we can go to authentication failure category.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you, sir.